Good morning students, this is class 12th maths, lecture 5th of chapter 7th. So today first of all we will discuss the solutions of exercise 7.2 which I have given you homework in the previous lecture. So question number 14th is integral of 1 upon x into log x raised to the power m with respect to x. Now you know the derivative of log x is 1 by x which exists in the integrand. Therefore, let log x is equal to t. Derivate both the sides, then you will get 1 by x into dx is equal to dt. Now the integral becomes 1 upon t raised to the power m and 1 by x into dx is equal to dt. So this is equal to t raised to the power minus m into dt. Now integral of t raised to the power minus m is t raised to the power minus m plus 1 upon minus m plus 1 plus c. In place of this t, now put the value again log x. So you will get this as the answer, right? Now question number 15th is integral of x upon 9 minus 4x square into dx. So we know the derivative of x square is 2x, right, and x exists in the integrand. Therefore we will take this complete denominator as equal to t. Then the derivative of 9 is 0 and derivative of x square is 2x, so you will get minus 8x into dx equal to dt. Now this integral becomes, in place of 9 minus 4x square t and in place of x dx minus 1 by 8 dt. So dt minus 1 by 8 taken outside the integral, right? Now this is equal to minus 1 by 8 into integral of 1 by t is log mod t plus c. In place of t, again put this value. So you will get the answer. In question number 16th, integral of e raised to the power 2x plus 3 into dx. So obviously take the power as t. Now derivate both the sides. So 2 as it is, derivative of x is 1 plus derivative of 3 is 0. So you will get 2 into dx equal to dt. So the integrals become e raised to the power t in place of this and in place of dx dt upon 2. So dt upon 2. Now 1 by 2 as it is, integral of e raised to the power t is e raised to the power t plus c. In place of t again put this value 2x plus 3. So you will get the answer as e raised to the power 2x plus 3 upon 2 plus c. Clear? Question number 18th, integral of e raised to the power 10 inverse x upon 1 plus x square into dx. Now you know the derivative of 10 inverse x is 1 upon 1 plus x square which exists in the integrand. Therefore let 10 inverse x is equal to t. Now derivate both the sides, so you will get 1 upon 1 plus x square into dx equal to dt. Now this integral becomes, in place of 10 inverse x, t will come. So e raised to the power t into, in place of dx upon 1 plus x square, dt will come, right? Now integral of e raised to the power t is e raised to the power t plus c, which is equal to, in place of t again put 10 inverse x. So you will get the answer. Now next question number 20th is integral of e raised to the power 2x minus e raised to the power minus 2x upon e raised to the power 2x plus e raised to the power minus 2x into dx. Now you can see that the derivative of the denominator is the numerator only, right? Therefore we will take the denominator as equal to t. So derivative of e raised to the power 2x will be e raised to the power 2x into derivative of 2x, and derivative of 2x is 2. Now derivative of e raised to the power minus 2x is e raised to the power minus 2x into derivative of minus 2x, and derivative of minus 2x is minus 2, right, into dx equal to dt. Now from both of these terms take out 2 common then you will get e raised to the power 2x minus e raised to the power minus 2x into dx equal to dt. The integral becomes, in place of e raised to the power 2x plus e raised to the power minus 2x, t will come, and in place of numerator into dx, dt by 2 will come, so dt upon 2. Now 1 by 2 is constant, can be taken outside from the integral, and integral of 1 by t is log t, and t is given as this. So you will get the answer as 1 by 2 log mod of e raised to the power 2x plus e raised to the power minus 2x plus c. Now question number 22nd. Integral of secant square 7 minus 4x into dx. Now in trigonometric functions, try to take the complete angle as t. So let 7 minus 4x is equal to t. Then derivative of 7 is 0, minus 4 as it is, derivative of x is 1. So you will get dx equal to dt. Now the integral becomes secant square t, and in place of dx, dt upon minus 4. So dt upon minus 4. So this is equal to minus 1 by 4. Integral of secant square t is 10t plus c. Now in place of t, put this value again, 7 minus 4x. So this is the answer of this integral. Now question number 26 is integral of cos root x upon root x into dx. So take the angle as t. Now derivative of root x is 1 by 2 root x into dx equal to dt. So this integral becomes, in place of cos root x, cos t, and in place of dx upon root x, you will get 2 dt, right? 2 taken out from the integral. Now 2 as it is, integral of cos t is sin t plus c. In place of t now put root x. So 2 sin root x plus c, right? Now we will discuss some more questions of exercise 7.2 only. So question 29th is integral of cot x into log sin x into dx. Now see, this cot x can be written as cos x upon sin x into log sin x into dx. Now you have to decide what to be substituted as equal to t. Suppose if we substitute this sin x equal to t, then the derivative of sin x is cos x into dx is equal to dt. Then the integral will change into log t, right? And cos dx will be dt upon, this is sin x. So sin x is t. So if you will substitute sin x as t, then you will get this integral. Now again we have to substitute log t as some variable a, then again derivate both the sides, then you will get 1 by dt equal to dA. So this process is also correct, but in this process you have to substitute it 2 times, right? Instead of this, if we substitute log sin x, why? Because we know the derivative of log x is 1 by x, and here log of sin x is given, and also sin x is in the denominator. Therefore we know the derivative of log sin x will be 1 upon sin x into derivative of sin x equal to derivative of t with respect to x. Now 1 by sin x as it is, derivative of sin x is cos x into, take this dx this side, equal to dt. Now see, if we will take this as t, then the integral can be solved by one substitution only, right? Now this log sin x will become t, and this cos x by sin x into dx will be dt. Now you know the integral of t, which is t square by 2 plus c. Now in place of t, put this value log sin x whole square by 2 plus c, right? So decide carefully what to be substituted as t. Now question number 32 is very important. See, it is given integral of 1 upon 1 plus cot x with respect to x. So first of all, change this integral into cos and sin, writing this cot x as cos x upon sin x. Now take the LCM, you will get it equal to integral of sin x plus cos x, and the sin x will go in the numerator, right? So we got this integral. Now see, it cannot be solved right now, therefore we will make some changes in the function. For this, let this denominator be as t. Now the derivative of sin x is cos x, and the derivative of cos x is minus sin x, into dx is equal to dt. So if we take the denominator as equal to t, then we want this in the numerator, which is not present in the numerator. Therefore we will make some changes. So see, multiply and divide this integral with 2, right? This we can do, multiply and divide the integral with 2. Now 1 by 2 as it is, this is 2 sin x, which can be written as sin x plus sin x, right? And in the numerator what we want, sin cos x minus sin x, this is we want. So we will add and subtract cos x. See, this 2 sin x can be written as sin x plus sin x, and cos x minus cos x is 0 only. So we can write this also in the numerator upon denominator as it is. Now 1 by 2 integral of, take this 1 sin x with cos x and the other sin x with minus cos x, right, upon sin x plus cos x. Now divide this term with sin x plus cos x, so you will get 1 by 2 integral of 1 into dx plus integral of sin x minus cos x upon sin x plus cos x into dx. Now you know the integral of 1 is x plus, now for this integral, the same steps I have written here which I have written here, right? So see, for this integral, let this denominator be as t. So you will get cos x minus sin x into dx equal to dt after differentiating both the sides. Now in the numerator we have sin x minus cos x. So take minus common from both of these terms. So you will get minus in the bracket sin x minus cos x into dx equal to dt. Now substitute in the integral. So you will get integral sin x plus cos x will be t, and sin x minus cos x into dx will be minus dt, right? So 1 by 2 x minus integral of 1 by t will be log mod t plus c, which is equal to x by 2 minus 1 by 2 log mod of, in place of t write down sin x plus cos x plus c. We are not writing this c by 2 because c is a constant. So this c by 2 will also be c only, right? Now question number 34th is integral of root 10x upon sin x into cos x into dx. Now in this, because 10x is inside the root, therefore let 10x is equal to t. Then after differentiating both the sides, you will get secant square x into dx equal to dt. Now secant square x is not present in the integrand, right? But these type of questions will also come in which the term which you will take as equal to t, the derivative of that term may not exist in the integrand. Then you have to try to solve it. Now see, this integral will now become integral of root t, and dx will be dt upon secant square x. So dt upon secant square x, sin x into cos x as it is. Now this is equal to, we cannot solve it right now. Why? Because some terms are in t and some are in x. We have to convert this terms which are in x into the terms which are in t, right? So integral of root t upon this secant square x is 1 upon cos square x, right? And 1 upon cos square x can be written as cos x into cos x. Now this cos x will get cancelled, and here this sin x by cos x is 10x root t as it is into dt equal to, now 10x is substituted as t, so in place of 10x put t, so you'll get integral of root t upon t into dt, which is equal to integral of 1 upon root t when you will cancel these two into dt. Now this is equal to integral of t raised to the power minus 1 by 2 into dt. Now integral of this will be t raised to the power minus 1 by 2 plus 1, that is 1 by 2 upon 1 by 2. So that upon 1 by 2 will be 2 in the numerator plus c equal to 2 in place of this t. Now again put the value 10x raised to the power 1 by 2 or root 10x plus c. Question number 37th is integral of x cube into sine tan inverse x raised to the power 4 upon 1 plus x raised to the power 8. Now you have to decide what is to be taken as equal to t. Now see, if you will take this, just this x raised to the power 4 as equal to t, then derivative of this is 4x cube, and x cube exists in the integrand. But if we take this complete as equal to t, why? Because we know the derivative of tan inverse x is equal to 1 upon 1 plus x square. Therefore, derivative of tan inverse x raised to the power 4 will be 1 upon 1 plus x raised to the power 4 square, which is x raised to the power 8, right? So this exists in the integrand. Therefore, we will take this complete angle as equal to t, right? Now derivative of this is 1 upon 1 plus x raised to the power 4 square into derivative of this x raised to the power 4 equal to dt upon dx. Now this is 1 upon 1 plus x raised to the power 8 into derivative of x raised to the power 4 is 4x cube into dx equal to dt. Now see, this integral becomes so simple. Now what you will get, in place of sine tan inverse x raised to the power 4, you will get sine t, right? And in place of x cube upon 1 plus x raised to the power 8 into dx will be, this 4 is extra, so take it on this side, so you will get dt upon 4, right? Now 1 by 4 as it is, integral of sine t is minus cos t plus c in place of t. Now put this value, so you will get the answer as minus 1 by 4 cos tan inverse x raised to the power 4 plus c. So before substituting, first observe what is the function given. Now question number 39th is integral of 1 upon sine square x into cos square x into dx. Now see, to integrate this, we have to make some changes in the function, because we cannot take any term as equal to t. Because if you will take this denominator as equal to t, then there does not exist any term in the numerator, right? Therefore, see, in the numerator 1 is there, and we know sine square x plus cos square x is 1. So in place of this 1, writing sine square x plus cos square x. Why? Because in the denominator it is sine square x into cos square x. Therefore, we are writing this numerator as sine square x plus cos square x, because this numerator can be easily divisible by this denominator. Now write this sine square x upon sine square x into cos square x, which will be 1 upon cos square x, plus when you will divide cos square x with this, you will get 1 upon sine square x. Now this is equal to integral of secant square x plus integral of cosecant square x, because 1 by sine square x is cosecant square x. Now you know the integral of both of these. Integral of secant square x is 10x plus integral of cosecant square x is minus cot x plus c. Clear? So your homework is you have to complete exercise 7.2 Now I am giving you the hints for the questions. So we have done up to question number 26. Now see question number 27th. This is root sine 2x into cos 2x. So the term which is inside the root, we always take that equal to t, right? Also because derivative of sine 2x will be 2 cos 2x and cos 2x exist in the integrand. Now question number 28, you will try by yourself. 29th we have done. Question number 30th is also easy, you will try by yourself. Question number 31st is also easy. See, both of these questions are same, but in this question denominator square is given and in this question just 1 plus cos x is given, right? So in both of these questions you know what is to be substituted, as denominator contains cos x and numerator contains sin x. Now this question we have done and this question is very important also. 33rd question you have to try because this question is something like this question only. So you will try this by yourself. Now question number 34th we have done. Question number 35th is also easy. Log x exists in the numerator. Also derivative of 1 is 0. So if you will take 1 plus log x as equal to t, then you will get 1 by x as the derivative of 1 plus log x which exists in the integrand, right? Now in this question, x plus 1 into x plus log x whole square upon x. So see, you will not take log x as derivative of log x, 1 by x exists in the integrand, but take this complete as equal to t. Then you will get derivative of x as 1 and derivative of log x as 1 by x. So 1 plus 1 by x will be x plus 1 upon x. So that this complete will get eliminated, right? Question number 37th we have done. Now question number 38. Take this denominator as equal to t and then see what happens. Question 39th we have done. So try to solve these questions. Okay. Thank you.